Tim, welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Bell & Ross instrument BR01-92 RC Compass. You can see this 1 of 500 limited edition in stainless steel and rose gold and purchase it on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time to see our full listing for this watch with additional accessories included, high resolution images, and naturally complete pricing details. Now on my wrist, this watch is broad but so perfectly symmetrical in its height and width that it spreads its mass, considerable in this case, well with no pressure points or hot spots. Now the key dimension is that the timepiece is 46 millimeters across the broad of the case, from 3 to 9 conventionally, not including the crown. Now the case is the same height from top to bottom. Add the lugs, it does have impressive span of 55.5 millimeters, but the lugs are so short cropped and tightly hewed to the case that you're not going to find that it overlaps a smaller wrist. My wrist is 16 centimeters. I would say that even down to about 14 and a half centimeters, you're going to be able to wear this unconventionally shaped watch with good proportion and security. Now it does have a good deal of heft on the wrist, and that in large part due to the combination of stainless steel with a black DLC coating and 18 karat rose gold comprising the bezel and the top of the case. Now the watch is reasonably thin, 10.5 millimeters, so unconventional as a dress watch. Nevertheless, it will fit underneath a tight sleeve or dress cuff. Now the watch, like I mentioned, does have impressive heft to it. That is a lot of rose gold. Given the size of the top of the case, by itself it weighs more than some precious metal thin dress watches. Now the watch is 1 of 500 made, and it's a little bit more upscale than your typical Bell & Ross. The instrument series is very utilitarian in its aesthetic. This one adds some refinement as an additional measure. Now you can see the beautifully engraved, almost Côte de Genève blazon bezel of the watch featuring the Bell & Ross ampersand at center, and again, the luxe treatment continues in the choice of strap. It's Bell & Ross's classical tapered full-width strap, so it prevents the watch from torquing or tumbling on the wrist because of the broad stance, but rather than being made from textile or rubber, in this case it's a beautiful rectangular scale black monotone stitch alligator leather. Very meaty but not excessively thick. It has excellent flexibility, and you can bend the strap straight down on both sides. It's unconstrained, so that if you do have a smaller wrist, this can pull tight around it without fighting you. Now it's paired with a beautiful 18 karat rose gold trapezoidal pin buckle with gorgeous fastening and a satin finish on its tops. This is, as I mentioned, a more refined Bell & Ross instrument watch. Not so much one for your conventional pilot, more one for the Gulfstream pilot. This is about flying first class. Now you can see that the complication built on an ETA 2892A2 caliber gives you a digital type of readout based on an analog compass on an aircraft flight deck. So what you're looking at right now is a time approaching 340. Everything moves basically clockwise, and the index that's fixed at 12 is your reference point. Pardon me, you're looking at 240. So your reference point is this fixed index at 12 o'clock, and the hours and minutes scroll past in this direction. So when you wind the watch up, it does have 42 hours of autonomy. The ETA 2892 caliber at the heart of this movement is ultra thin. It's an excellent match for the slim profile of the watch, but it's also tank tough, and it maintains all of the underlying virtues of the 2892. 42-hour power reserve, smooth bi-directional winding without an unloaded wobbling, non-winding direction. It also has the ability to rapidly cycle. When you unscrew the crown, it is a 100-meter water-resistant case. You can rapidly cycle the time to correct it should the watch ever run down or require correction, and it's a little bit of theater in and of itself with a smoked sapphire across the bottom side of the dial. Again, because of the screw-down crown, although this is a pilot's themed watch, it does have 100-meter water resistance, so if you want to order an accessory strap from Bell & Ross in textile or rubber, this one is good to go. Call it one for the seaplane pilot. You can see this Bell & Ross limited edition, 1 of 500 BR01-92 RC compasses, and purchase it on our website.